The topic is category management, and this is the important question of retail management. Now, what is category management and what are its components? There are 6 components that are key to the functioning of category management, and 2 are the core components, and these core components are strategy and business process. The enabling factors are performance measurement, information technology, organizational capabilities, and cooperative trading partner. The core component strategy is linked to the company's overall mission and the goals. The business process which evolves is a result of these strategy. Category management is generally viewed as step-by-step planning and implementing process that helps retailers and suppliers to achieve both performance-based objectives and longer-term strategic aims. The business process focuses on how work has to be done within organization and with its trading partners rather than focusing on what is done. The category management business process is a structured, measured set of activity which is designed to produce a specified output for the suppliers, retailers, and the consumers. It implies strong emphasis on how work is done within and between organization, in contrast to a singular and exclusive focus on specific product or services delivered to the customers. Now, the important part is what is the category management process? This process involves 8 steps. The first one is category definition. So, what is category? Now, in this, we have to see what is included and excluded from the category. So, a good way to determine this is to put yourself in the customer's shoes. So, we have to think about their perception of categories. We have to think about their needs to define the category. For example, if a customer is purchasing body wash, do they look at the brand, sub-brand, price, packaging, size? So, we have to think about these things while defining a category. The next one is category role. Under this, retailers usually determine the priority level and then assign a role for the category based on a cross-category comparison, considering liking and disliking of customers, market trends. Basically, retailers develop the base for allocating resources for the entire business. So, there are mainly 4 customer-based category roles that we must know. First one is destination role. This is a category with which the retailer wants to profile himself towards his target customers and differentiate himself from competition. Next one is routine role. This category that aims to provide consistent and competitive value for the consumer's everyday needs. So this category assists to develop the target consumer's image of the retailer. The next is seasonal role. This category refers to products which are not purchased on regular basis but occasionally. Next is convenience role. Convenience category completes the retailer assortment with products that are not usually found on a routine shopping list. This category aims to guarantee a one-stop shopping and plays an important role in margin enhancement. The third part of the category management process is category assessment. So we have to judge the category. Under this, the retailer conduct an analysis of the categories, subcategories, segments regarding to sales, turnovers, profits, returns, etc. So the big question here is, who buys the category? What are they buying? The retailer will conduct an analysis regarding strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats, and then he will analyze this category. The next step is category performance measure. Measuring category performance is the 4th step, in which retailers develop bottom line and benchmark to measure the performance of the category. So, it involves setting measurable targets regarding sales, volume, margins, and gross margins. Establishing category performance measures are essential for measuring performance of a particular category, which later on becomes base for further improvement within the category. It measures basically represents category scorecard that result in target objectives that are set by the retailer and supplier for achievement of implementation of category business plans. The next step is category strategy. Under this, we have to make strategy to face the competition. So under this, we are given with seven types of strategies. First one is traffic building. This strategy is used to draw customers' attention towards store, aisle, or category. This is usually achieved through advertising relatively low priced goods, having enough price difference from the everyday. Next one is turf protecting. Turf protecting is also termed as super traffic building. It is basically applied to define the category sales and market share against a known competitor through competitive based pricing. This policy is only deployed when absolutely essential because it is generally an expensive strategy in terms of profit impact. Next one is transaction building. This strategy is issued to increase the sales of a particular category by emphasizing large sales, multi-packs, goods with trade up options, aggressive pricing and promotions, large transactions, size terms, and goods that are subject to impulse purchase. The next one is profit generating. This strategy is used to generate profit by focusing on subcategory or parts of the category which while keeping prices within competitive range. Next one is excitement generating. This strategy is used to create excitement to a particular category by communicating a sense of dire need. Next is cash generating. This strategy is used to generate cash flows to ensure the retailer a balanced cash flow across the categories in a store to meet operating cash requirements. Larger sales volume products, fast turning products, low inventory turnover goods, and goods with favorable payment terms come under this category. Next is image enhancing. This is used to enhance retailers' image before the customers in regard to quality, variety, price, service, presentation, delivery, brands, etc. The next step is category tactics. Category tactics are used to determine the optimal category assortment, pricing, promotions, and shelf penetrations, essential to ensure that the strategies put are on the right track. Category tactics determine and authenticate the specific actions that are required to implement the category strategies developed earlier. The areas covered under category tactics vary from retailer to retailer, place to place, but pricing, promotions, assortments, and the store's overall presentation are the few commonly used areas where tactics are developed. Next step is category implementation. This is used to implement the category business plan through a systematic schedule and the list of responsibilities. Implementing category plan as per the objectives laid down is the path to the success of this. So a typical category plan include what specific tasks need to be done, when to do, where to do, and who will do it. Therefore, in a short, implementing category plan on the part of retailer requires to decide what, where, when a task to accomplish and by whom. The next step is category revision. This is the final step in typical category management business plan. Category review enables a retailer and concerned supplier to gauge the performance of a category and identify key areas of opportunities and threats to overcome by adopting alternate plans. So, as today, category management is an important strategic plan. It becomes imperative for a supplier to revisit the dynamics of the category and the appropriate strategies and tactics. This will enable a supplier to measure performance against the appropriate strategies and tactics. Thank you.